to stop for a beer at the place across the street there. Next thing you know, there's a whole lot of business going on in the street. And the Secret Service guys show up, and President Obama shows up and shakes our hands.
I even asked his camera girl if he ever eats, because it looks like he only got a bite or two.
Hope we got more than that. It's good pizza. After dinner, the president strolled along 15th Street, shaking hands with the crowd that had gathered when the news got out he was in the neighborhood. To cap off his night, Mr. Obama even shot a game of pool with Governor Hickenlooper over at the Wynkoop Brewery.
Before I sat down to write this commentary, I placed a few phone calls to friends back in Denver, a place I was fortunate to call home for several years and still pine for, especially when I know the slopes at Breckenridge are open for the season. I called 3 people. All 3 are professionals. All 3 are residents of Colorado. And all 3 are what I would consider informed voters. 2 of them are Democrats, and 1 is about as solid left as the direction will allow. The 3rd is a Republican, not as far right, where they would be considered away from the reservation, but very conservative. I then asked all of them to give me their honest opinion on President Barack Obama's visit to the Mile High City, keeping in mind the debate raging on every side about the president choosing not to visit the border in Texas and to consider the current immigration debate. What I got back, to be used without revealing their names as promised, was just a little bit shocking. The first person, a female that is very far left, told me they were revolted at what they called the lifting his leg on the American people attitude of the president. While this person noted they were not completely in favor of forcing the president to shake the hand of Texas Governor Rick Perry or even come near the border, they could not hide their distaste for the president's actions. When asked why, they said the reason was simple. The man, they said, needs to be a better president than the last one and actually show he cares about something other than cash. Agree or disagree with the setup, the conclusion was the payoff. The second person, also a registered Democrat and who has always proudly noted he voted for the president twice and was ready to do so again 1,000 times if it was possible, brought up that visit to a pool hall in the Denver lower downtown district. Think about it. This person at first made light of the visit, noting the president played pool like my grandmother, but at the same time pointed out Governor John Hickenlooper wasn't any better as he sunk the 8 ball before it should have been taken down and thus lost the game by strict rules of billiards. Then came the payoff. That son of a expletive deleted for family show and legal purposes suckered me and everyone else in and now just makes people like myself look like idiots. I asked to keep it in line with the immigration issues and the story about border visits. This person said he wishes he could explain it all away, but said, I'm done making excuses for him. Every time some whack righty insults the president, I'm the first to defend him, but not anymore. The third person is a registered Republican, and I expected fire, brimstone, axe handles, bear traps, and any other form of usable physical farm equipment to be tossed at the president. What I got was the eyebrow raiser. This person noted that if he were advising the president, there was no way he would have allowed him to go anywhere near Governor Perry or the border, any border for that matter. His reasoning, and this is a quote, Barack Obama is just a fraud like every other slacker in Washington. He could not give one damn about me or anyone who doesn't fit his little club. He's heading out and he knows it, and thus knows he is untouchable. Some idiots put him in office, some idiots support him with no reservation, and he's playing us all for idiots every single day. That trio is much like an overwhelming faction of America. Democrat, Republican, Independent, Libertarian, or those who follow the political teachings of Triumph the Wonder Dog. These 3 are tired of a president who would rather preen for the cameras than perform for Americans tired of inaction, and tired of someone who seeks to lead by ducking responsibility and dueling with bad jokes.
I mean, Republicans in Congress right now have shown over and over they'll do anything to rig the system for those at the top or to try to score political points on me, even if the obstruction keeps the system rigged against the middle class. I mean, the best thing you can say for them this year is they haven't shut down the government so far or threatened to go deadbeat on America's obligations, but it is still early.
As noted in these video pages before, and as will be noted again, Barack Obama is surely not the only one guilty of such transgressions. However, this is not the Speaker of the House of which we speak, nor the Minority Leader, nor a senior congressman, nor even a former vice presidential candidate who cannot seem to get the hint that those 15 minutes of fame are long up and worn out. No, this is the leader of the free world. So, Mr. President, please do not parade through the streets of your kingdom. The emperor has no clothes, and the menial subjects are weary of your seeking to convince them you have more than a transparent sash of leadership as a tired and sadly laughable calling card. You tell us what you think. We will, of course, always answer back right here. Next hour, from the lips of one who lives under the threat of rocket attacks and having their home destroyed every single day. We'll go live to Israel, right here on MidPoint, where we question everything.